Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're catfishing on one of the banks of my local rivers. We're not using anything real fancy, we're just using some typical stink bait on a tube bait, and it's stuff that I've had for a couple of years, so it's not super fresh, but we're gonna give it a shot, so stay tuned. River that's just a couple miles from my house, and as you can see, it's a pretty small river. And right now the water's really running a little bit higher than it normally is. So I was down here last week and I hooked into a pretty big monster, but unfortunately he straightened out my hooks and got away, so I never was able to tell what kind of size he had to him. But about 2 years ago, give or take, I came down here at night one August day just to try it out to see if there's any catfish in here. And I was actually fishing off of kind of that corner in there, and I caught two really nice cats that evening, both about 8 to 10 pounds. So I know that they're in here. I know there's some big ones in here, and we're just gonna have to wait and see if we get any fish today. Today we're just using our typical stink bait from the local farm and garden store. I don't even know what the name of it is. I'd have to go over and look. When I used to fish more many years ago, Junie's catfish bait out of Iowa was one of my favorite stink baits, and I should probably look into ordering that again, but I haven't done much catfishing over the last few years. But now that I really don't have a decent fishing boat and I'm kind of hungry for fish, sometimes you go back old school, riverbank fishing, catfish, nothing wrong with that. But if this stink bait doesn't hook up for us, I'm gonna go back. I got a little bit of that Junie's left. In fact, here it is right here. Junie's sewer bait, made by Cat Tracker. It's about empty, and I gotta say this thing is probably at least 20 years old. But back when it was fresh, I tell you what, this stuff was the ticket. So if the fresher stuff I got on the hook now doesn't do the trick, we're gonna switch back to Junie's and see if we can resurrect a little more life out of it. All right, we'll catch you in a bit. Well, this is not looking good for the home team, so I've been here about 15 minutes, haven't had a bite. So I think we're gonna reel in, refresh the bait with some of that Junie's, and maybe try casting in a little bit different spot. Well, as disgusting as that looks, apparently catfish find it rather yummy. Trust me, you do not want to get this stuff on your fingers. Avoid it at all costs. All right, let's see if this does any better. Well, I've been here about an hour and we have not even had a good bite. So we are moving on to the next spot. So we will see you in a little bit. We're gonna try a different spot and I'll be back with you. Well, it's been a while since I've fished this spot. This is my sure thing go-to catfish spot. And normally the best spot to fish is right where you can see there's a little creek that comes out, or a little water, and there's like a deep pool right where the water hits the bank there and starts to turn. But I don't really want to walk through all this tall grass. The bugs are pretty thick tonight, and I've got this nice flat area. I have fished here before and done just fine, so we're gonna give it a shot and see if we can't hook into some catfish tonight. Get that a little bit wet. All right, that's the spot right there. That's the magic spot. Now we wait. Forgot my rod holder. Forgot my GoPro with the handle on it. So I'm just gonna have to kind of wing it tonight. Remembered the cooler though. Yep, there's a fish. There's a small little cat. There's a small little kitty cat. It didn't take long. Well, it's a nice little eater. It's not too big. I'm gonna have to go up to the car and get my stringer and my pliers though. Alright. That's a little teeny tiny one, but we'll keep him. That's some good meat on him. Alright, we're all baited up again. We're going to cast out and see if we can't get another one of those little guys. Another bite going here. It's been about... Ooh, this one feels a little bit better than the first one, but he's in the current, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, he's still pretty small. The cats in here aren't very big. They're pretty small. They kind of run generally about the same size. These are channel cats. We don't have any big flatheads up here in this area. You know, I have caught some fish as big as 8 pounds, but in this particular spot, they tend to be pretty small, just little eaters. Actually, yeah, it's about a twin to the other one. Nah, that one's a little small. I think we're gonna let him live to fight another day. That one's even smaller than the first one. Let him go. See what we can get. Using that old bait I had. I kind of want to use it up before I use too much of the new stuff. Seems to be working okay. Alright, well, we're gonna go out to that spot right where we were because it seemed... Oh, yeah, I don't like that spot. We're not really in the current. I want to be a little bit in the current so it spreads that juice out a little bit. Hopefully it didn't wipe it all off in the first cast. Yeah, there's a little bit on there still. You know, we're just going to go straight on the current there and see if anything happens. You can almost kind of see that the slack water starts almost right there. In fact, even right in front of us, but I know I've walked this river before, so I know that it's really shallow in here. It's probably in the deepest, maybe waist deep, and they might even have it, I was gonna say maybe they have it a little bit lower for the bridge, but no, it seems to be about the same as normal. So thought I had something going there, but could just be the current. I think that might be a fish. Yep, that should be a fish. All right, so we just got situated again, got that other fish off the line and got casted back out. You know, a couple of summers ago, it's been a few summers ago now. Whoa, something just jumped in the shallows over there. We had a guy in town get murdered and they dumped his body right here. And later that summer, some tubers found him floating in the river. It was good fishing that year. Nope, I think we got something going already. Holy cow, it's gonna be good action tonight. All right, I'm gonna switch cameras. I'll be right back. Ooh, ooh, that one feels better. That one feels better. This one's a little bit better. Not a monster, but he'll eat. Oh boy, he swallowed that. We might have trouble on this. This is fun. Yeah, we're gonna have trouble on this one. I think we're gonna have to put a new lure on and get this one out later because I'm not gonna rip that out of him. So The nice thing about these, he really swallowed that, but I just have a quick disconnect on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to release that from my fishing line, and if I want to, I can pull this tube out and I can release the fish, but I'm going to keep this one, so we're going to put him on the stringer and I will take this out when I get home. Video might be a little shaky tonight because I'm hand holding this GoPro. I brought my chest mount and I didn't bring my stick with my stabilizer, but I don't know if you can see the gnats flying around my, now they've kind of changed because my hand is up, but they've been going in my face. They're kind of a pain. Oh, there's a fish right there. Oh, doggone. He slammed it and then gone. Unless he took it and ran towards me. Yep, he's on. All right, I gotta switch cameras. Oh, that one feels a little bit better. It's gonna be a keeper at least. Not huge, but might be all right. Might be all right. No, no. Dang it. Thought he was going to be the biggest one yet. I think he's just spunky. He's just spunky. Yeah, he's a keeper though. All right, well that last one went in the water. In Minnesota, you can't call. Oh, I got a fish one already. See that? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I think I missed him. All right, so I was saying in Minnesota, you can't call, meaning you can't fill your stringer and then trade them out as you catch another one. Once you hit your limit, you have to be done fishing. So I threw him back. It's been enough, fast enough action here where I'm gonna take my chances that I can get a little bit bigger one. And you know, it's still light out. I brought my headlamp and stuff like that, but there's plenty of light. I got plenty of time. I'm off tomorrow, so I can be out here for quite a while if I want. But all right, I'm gonna recast out, so I'm gonna catch you guys in a bit. I'm going here. This one feels a little bit better than the last one, but again, he's in the current, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty small in here. I mean, but you know, I don't mind those small ones. They make decent eaters. I'm not sure I really want a big 8-10 pound bottom feeder in some of these river systems these days. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's decent. That one's decent. That's exactly what I'd like to see. All right, let me get my pliers and get that hook out of there. All right, he's gonna go on the stringer. Nothing wrong with him. As you can see, they're doing work on the dam here this year. Normally there's a road that runs across the river here. Oh, I think I got something going again. We got a fish on, we got a fish on. Oh, I missed him, doggone it. I should have given it to him a little bit. See if he'll pick it back up. Gonna cast out and see what we can find. I'm gonna go to that spot again. See if maybe there's a little hole in there with some bigger fish. Now I know you guys are gonna be laughing at me when I say bigger fish and these things are like 2-3 pounds. I know some of you boys down south probably catch like 20 pounders all the time. But up here we kind of take what we can get. If we were fishing the Mississippi or Minnesota River or something further south of where we're at, we'd probably get into some big ones all the time, but All right, catch you in a little bit. Oh, for Pete's sake, I got one going already. I just set the pole down. Haven't even got sat down. Ooh, this one feels a little bit better too, about the same size as that second one probably. Not huge though. I don't know if he's gonna be a keeper or not. Yeah, he's kind of small. Cast, bait, repeat, right? I know about 3 days after this video comes out, any locals that see it'll be down here fishing. But that's okay. This is not a secret spot. This is a pretty well-known spot for catfish. The truth of the matter is, most people up here prefer to eat other fish like walleyes and perch and sunfish, and catfish is really low on their list of fish that they want to pursue or eat. And I think I might have a fish going already. Haven't even turned the camera off yet. Yep, look at that. I'm gonna give him just a second here. Yep, ooh, that one feels a little bit better. Seems like about the size of that second one we got. So that, if so, we finally got another keeper for the stringer. This one threw me off. He ran towards me. I thought he got off, but he doesn't feel huge, but he might be a keeper. He feels okay. Feels about the size of those other ones we put on the stringer. Yeah, he's kind of small, but he is a good fighter. He's got some nice length to him, but he's really skinny. Look how skinny he is. I think we'll let him live to fight another day. We're having enough action out here where, yeah, he's kind of skinny. We're gonna let him go. All right, there's a fish. Hey, he feels kind of small, but I just got broke off last fish and ended up having to change my weight out, and I put a little heavier weight than I had on there before, so now I'm gonna have to rejudge the feel of these fish. But yeah, that one wasn't so big. That one's pretty small. Man, he buried that hook though. Doggone. All right, I'm gonna dig this out. I'll be right back. All right, let's get baited up. He might be all right. Might be all right. He's not that big. Dang it. Thought he was going to be the biggest one yet, but I think he's just spunky. He's just spunky. Yeah, he's a keeper though. Yeah, he'll keep. 4 fish on the stringer. We're allowed 5. So let's see if this will be the lucky cast. It's getting kind of dark out, so that may change things too. Now, I'm normally not a limit fisherman, but these fish are pretty small. They'll make probably 2 meals for myself, or 1 meal for me and a buddy or one of my kids. And you know, I don't get out fishing that much. Doggone it. As soon as I set that rod down, or did it just bounce because I set it down? But you know, some guys will go out and get a limit and limit and limit, and that's all they care about. But for me, when I go out, I'm definitely a meat hunter. I don't go out a lot to fish just for the joy of the battle. When I go out, I'm generally trying to make groceries. Whoa, boy, there's a... Did you see that? Oh yeah, there's a better one too. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, he's a spunky. He's a fighter. He's small though. He's not going to be a keeper. Plus, as hard as he's fighting, he deserves his freedom, right? All right. Yeah, we're going to kick him loose. Oh. He got me. See, he's nice size, but they're so skinny. And really, when it comes to catfish, the bony plate is about right in here. So the meat is going to be from here to the tail. But really, you get two nice chunks of nice meat. So, yeah, I mean, if this was the only fish we were catching today, I'd think about keeping them just for a meal. But, all right, it's going to take me both hands. I'll just catch you in a bit. Oh my gosh, it's just constant. I suppose some of you guys are like, oh, catfish, they're like fishing carp. But you know what? I haven't had a... Oh yeah, there's a fish. Oh, God, I missed again. This is the second one in a row I missed. But I hate to give them too much either, because then they take that hook down so far. Might have got out of the sweet spot too. I might have to recast again. Ah. All right, I'm gonna have to recast. I'm afraid my bait is getting thin. It was probably out okay. I probably should have left it, but I'm gonna check that bait. We got a little weed on there. Let's thicken that up a little bit. Let's sweeten the honey pot. Let's sweeten the pot a little bit. What do they say? Big bait, big fish, right? It'd be kind of sad to see this jar of bait go, but my golly, this thing has got to be, this bait right here has got to be 20 years old. No kidding. It's been a while since I've catfished for fun. You know, you get kids and things going on in life and work, and you just don't do some of the things you used to like to do as much. But now that the kids are grown and doing their own thing, it's time for me to get back into some of the old things I used to like to do. And don't get me wrong, I've done plenty of my own things over the years, that's for sure. Some things that were really selfish, like some of the running things, but you know, interests change too, and yeah, I don't know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of relaxing to sit by the river and fish. You know, there's times in your life where you just feel like this is wasting time, and you sit here and you think about all the chores and things you could be getting done, and you can't hardly stand and to sit around. So it's kind of nice to have more time. Nobody's home. Em is out with her friends, and Annika is out with her friends, and Hunter just got home from work and he's tired. He's going to be going to bed. So yeah, it's a good night to be out. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Is it going to be a big one? Let's give it one little bit here. Oh, or is it just moving in the current? No, it might have just been moving in the current. Maybe that's what maybe there's a spot in there that's throwing me off where I think it's fish, and maybe I'm not losing them. Maybe it's just like coasting over a rock ridge or something where it's caught and then it tumbles over, and no, that's a fish. So much for that theory. By golly, maybe it's not a fish. It's funny how it just started doing that. I mean, that really jerked. All right, we'll give it another shot here and see what happens. Well, that must have been my imagination. All right, if I get something going, I'll turn on the camera. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Well, we got to get our fish cleaned up. We got the fish that we wanted to get tonight, and we're going to get them cleaned up and head for home.